Welcome to MKUSUal Live. I'm Nick. I'm here with Dennis.
Old Denny Poo. It's like MK Ultra, but more normal live. It's like MK Ultra live.
Yeah, it's real. This is our real lives.
So you have a show topic this week.
Yeah. So I play video games a lot. I play one video game a lot.
Yes,
a lot. We're gonna talk about our 5 favorite video games
individually, I assume. You don't have to make the tier list. Okay, so
No.
of our lives.
Yeah, and not like the ones you think are the best. Just like your 5 favorite video games.
Ooh,
So it could be like objectively a dog shit game, but if you like it, then
could it be something I've sunk a ton of time into, but I wouldn't necessarily play now? Like, is this like
oh yeah,
the
this
loves
is-
of our life?
Yeah. This is like from the beginning.
Okay.
And 5 might be hard to do, but I have like,
Too hard.
It's just like a general framework for the conversation.
Hard as in.
Not like you have to choose 5 and you can only choose 5, but like,
I'll do.
you know.
We have honorable mentions.
yeah, I'm gonna have a bunch. I think. 'Cause
Okay.
There's ones that are like, it's kind of like music too. When you like discover something, but then you don't like take it with you for the rest. You don't like go back and listen to it a bunch of times. Like Linkin Park or something. Like that was good when I discovered it, but I don't listen to it now really.
That's an interesting question, though. Does it have to have staying power in your life?
Well, it's just favorite. So,
Okay.
So it could have been like favorite. I'll just start.
Okay, yeah.
My first favorite video game was the original Mario.
Ooh.
8-bit Mario. First video game I ever played.
Can I make a rule that we can't use each other's? Because that was probably going to be on mine, but I don't. Oh, I want once you say it. I
Oh.
doubt we're going to. But
Well, sure.
okay, all right.
But okay, I'll just tell you a story, and this is part of the reason it's my favorite. The first time I ever played it, I was at my babysitter's. Mom drops me off in the morning. I was going to be there like most of a Saturday. Parents had to work or something. My dad was on call, so he would get a call and have to go to work. And my mom goes and covers the store for him. Blah blah blah. So I get dropped off. Kind of didn't know what was going to happen. They're like, "Hey, do you want to try this thing?" I'm like, "Sure. What is it?" They're like, "It's a fucking video game." I'm like, "Okay, I don't know what that is, but." I'll try it. And then they're like, this one jumps, this button, and then you want to, the babysitter, she was like probably in high school. And I just kneeled down on their living room floor, and 8 hours passed, I think, and I don't remember it.
Oh, wow.
Like, I don't remember the time passing. I did nothing else but play Mario for probably 8 hours.
Your brain didn't even have a concept of. I
No.
mean, that makes total sense. So,
the first time you smush that Goomba,
oh yeah.
so
Let
satisfying.
me ask you this: do you remember? Did it get you first?
I don't remember, probably.
I'm pretty sure that Goomba got me first because the first time I ever played, this is Super Mario Bros. '83. So my grandparents, my dad's dad, his stepson, who's like 5 or 6 years older than me, he maybe 10 actually, he's like 10 or 12 years older than me. So he's like the cool high school kid. He
Yeah.
had this game, and I'm sitting on a floor.
I was probably like 4 or 5, so this was like late 80s when I was playing this.
Okay, mine would have been maybe a year or two later, but dude, that is a great pick. That's an addictive game.
It was so fun, and I don't even know if I ever made it to the end, like ever. But the only thing that I remember that wasn't Mario from that day is they came in and put like a bologna and cheese sandwich next to me, and they
I love that
came
you
back,
blacked out.
dude. And they like came back in, and I had been like, oh yeah, I'll eat it, and then like I just didn't even look at the sandwich. Like food didn't matter. I probably didn't drink water that whole time. I probably didn't pee that whole time.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't remember except. I literally, their carpet was like this off-white color. I remember that, and there was like a TV in the corner, and that's all I remember from that day.
That's a beautiful story, dude. That's a beautiful. I love that it's your very first. I'm trying to think what my first. Wait, Super Mario Bros. I will say this. I don't remember how far. I only played. I never owned a Nintendo or a Super Nintendo until I was an adult.
Okay.
But I did play this religiously when I went to my grandparents, along with Top Gun.
Oh, dude, see, these are like
I can't even believe that I still played Top Gun because all I did was die over and over.
that game was very, very hard.
I could never land, but
Yeah.
I got into a Mario speed running a period of my life when I was in law school.
Okay,
There was
like you were doing it.
There was a 2 or 3 month period where I was like Mario speed running on my laptop on a ROM.
That's
I
awesome.
never really did that great, but I did. It's an all time classic, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I could sit down and play that right now. Anything else to say about it? I'm making your list here because I'm going to make you at the end rank these.
Okay,
So
I would say honorable mention. Okay, so the babysitters probably told my parents how much I fucking loved this, and then like a year or two later, my dad got a Nintendo for Christmas, and that had the Mario Duck Hunt combo.
okay,
I was very good at Duck Hunt.
that's cool.
Like I started off like right next to the TV, but then I would like as far as the controller length would let me sit back, or like I got like really good at it. But there was this other game, Top Gun was up there. Played Top Gun a lot. But there was a game called Gyromite. That's an honorable mention from this era.
Gyromite.
You're like a yeah,
Oh, I've seen this before. I've never played it.
dude. And it was like a interactive game. We had the like robot.
You have the robot
pieces.
thing? Oh my gosh.
Well, but we were like missing a piece, or like my parents didn't know how to set it up. And you can play it without it, but it's just like interactive if you do have that part.
You had that. You had Rob.
We had Rob.
Whoa, you're the only. You might be the only person I've ever met who's. That's crazy. Do you still have Rob at your?
No.
Okay. Oh man.
It became like because we didn't ever like use it for the game. I don't even know if there were other games that it worked with.
So those are your honorable. So you got okay. So you got Mario, then you got Duck Hunt, Dynamite as honorable mentions. But
yeah.
All right, I'll go for one of my first video game experiences ever. I'm going Doom,
Okay.
and definitely on a DOS PC.
Okay.
And might say Doom 2 because that one has the double barrel shotgun.
Yeah.
I'm going Doom 2 in my top 5. I'm going honorable. Doom 2 is Doom and Doom 2 are a game that I buy on every system that has it. So to this day, there's probably a ROM on this computer of Doom. I know that PlayStation has Doom 1 and Doom 2. I know my
I think it has
Switch.
Doom 3 also,
It
though.
does. My Switch has all 3. Doom 3 was just different, but
I've never played it.
Doom, those originals, revolutionary. I mean, I know Wolfenstein. I had played Wolfenstein, but
I'm a Wolfenstein guy.
Wolfenstein.
I think.
The freaking I'm going Doom 2 because that was the one that really woke me up. I think we got both around the same time, but
What console was it on, or was it a PC game?
it was a DOS.
DOS.
It
Okay.
was DOS. So my stepdad had a PC, and he had a friend named John who would come over and like give him games and stuff, like shareware stuff. So I was first a PC gamer. I didn't have a. We got a Genesis kind of early on, but I still preferred PC. I might even have another DOS PC game in my top 5. But for my honorable mentions, I'll put the original Doom. Doom 2 is all freaking time because of the weapons. And I'm going to go ahead, since you had 2 honorable mentions, I'm going to put what might be the first video game I ever played on a PC, which is Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem or Duke Nukem 3D.
It was the 2Ds.
Okay.
My grandpa had 1 and 2.
Okay.
And those were the only games that weren't like Solitaire and Minesweeper and stuff on his computer.
Okay.
So when I was at that house, it was my mom's dad, I played so much 2D Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem 3D was the first one I ever played, and then I went like later realized that the first ones were very different.
Oh, they're super. I actually have never played. I might have rented Duke Nukem for N64, maybe.
Okay.
But dude, those I can't even really tell you a lot. I know it was 2D. It was platformer. The guns were sick, and you had to collect key cards. It was very much a 2D Doom kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of key card shoot 'em ups for my first round here. That's all I gotta say about that. Doom is free, dude. Just go download a freaking DOS ROM player. It's like it holds up so well, dude. It holds up. I played it on the TV on the fucking PlayStation.
Yeah, I played it the other day. It's fun.
Freaking
It's still fun.
chainsaw people.
Yeah. I think
You know the game's technically 2D.
interesting.
The maps are all completely 2D. It uses a trick to like show you the walls, and everything is on the same level. So if something's above you and you shoot at it, you're shooting.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Like there's no such thing as stairs. They use like optical illusions kind of and like clever.
Oh,
coding.
okay.
All right, that's all I gotta say for round 1.
Well, you brought up Genesis. This isn't a. I don't know. My grandma had a PC and a Sega Genesis, and then we had a Nintendo 8-bit. And I had a bunch of Nintendo games. When I would go to her house, she had, I think it was Windows 95, came with a Quake 2 demo.
Oh, bro,
Quake 2 was
I got into a Quake phase with my stepdad.
terrifying.
Yeah.
It was absolutely terrifying. Nine Inch Nails did the soundtrack, and you have a nail gun, and the boxes of nails you pick up have their logo on it. Anyway.
We used to go over to John's. John worked at a local PC maker.
Okay.
They just made their own PCs, and we would go over sometimes to his work when they shut down, and we would have LAN parties and play
Oh.
Quake.
Dude.
Yeah, it was sick.
Okay, so I think in the next era.
Were you gonna put Quake 2 in your top 5? Or
No,
you just throw that out here because it's id.
Yeah, and I think that was the first like shooter game. No, Duke Nukem 3D was the first like first person shooter that I remember playing. My friend had that and Wolfenstein, and now I'm just thinking of every video game I've ever liked playing.
Bro,
It's kind
yeah.
of hard to narrow it down.
Now I could make a whole list of DOS games because I probably
Yeah.
sunk just as much time into Lemmings and SimCity 2000.
Lemmings was amazing.
As I haven't-
SimCity 2, Oregon Trail on a 3.5-inch floppy disk
I
was
don't know if I ever
amazing.
played that. That's a classic.
There was this game, and I don't know the name of it, but you were like in a spaceship, and it was like a spaceship
Descent.
a spaceship battle in you're like in space, and you have like different weapon.
You have crosshairs and it's first person.
Yeah, I think you're like in the cockpit.
It's Descent, dude. I bet you anything. Does it look like that?
Yep.
That game was sick.
Yes.
It was freaking Doom with spaceships, and that was 3D because those spaceships you'd have to go like up or like down.
Yeah.
Dude, Descent was the shit. What was the dude? There was one around that time period where you were like a mage.
Myst. That was later.
I thought Myst was like a puzzle.
It was. You just said mage and it made me think of magic shit.
Let's see. There was like the trifecta when I was a kid. That's it. What is that? It was a first person indie retro warlock. What is this game? Warlock Revenge? That doesn't sound right. Anyway, Descent. So I will let you continue.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, I'm gonna go with the next era. There's definitely still a bunch. The next era was N64 for me. That was like game changing.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta go with GoldenEye.
Oh, buddy. That's the first. Oh, that you took. Oh man.
I know. Well, I'm just going.
No. I'm not. No. I'm not mad. But dude, that's an amazing pick, dude.
I win video game tier list.
So far, you have like God level. You have God level. Your list of 2 things. GoldenEye, dude. I played that.
My friends hated me. None of them had N64s, and they would like. It would be fun for like 30 minutes for everybody.
But you're just like too good. You're like Odd Job.
Yeah. Well, no, I never played Odd Job, but I knew the fucking maps better and blah blah blah. Anyway,
bro.
Yeah.
I played that in my mid-20s, dude.
It's amazing.
I took my N64 with me to college. I played that shit till I was like 25. Then they made a Wii version with like slightly better graphics and slightly different levels and stuff, but it was the same thing.
I don't remember that.
It was, dude.
Well, that would be amazing.
All time.
The first N64 game I had was Mario 64. Came with it. I almost beat the game, and I like didn't even consider getting another game. I had like 125 of the 128 stars.
That's such a good game.
That game was engrossing. That's definitely honorable mention from this era. But like, that was like 8th grade. Now I'm thinking of arcade game. Mortal Kombat. I had on N64. Mortal Kombat 2. I had on N64.
That might.
Because I didn't even consider arcade games. Now I'm like,
dude, Mortal Kombat might be my next pick because me and my brothers played that religiously.
I had Soul Calibur on N64. That was fun. That was a game where like everyone could have fun because there were characters. All the characters had like so many different moves that you could button mash and like do well no matter how good or what character you picked.
Bruh.
Soul Calibur 2, I think it was.
So far, GoldenEye.
Number 2, lock, GoldenEye for me.
Lock indeed, bro. So I'm stuck now because I wanted to do. I'm gonna do a.
You can pick GoldenEye.
No. I don't want to. I want there to be 10 different games because we're gonna have a battle royale. Okay. Plus, there's so many. We could sit here for 10 hours. Okay. So I'm stuck right now between. So my first game on Sega Genesis, first console I ever owned, was Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the one with tails. And screw it, I'm putting it as number 2.
Sonic
2, dude.
Okay. That's a good choice.
I got 2 sequels so far. I did this last time with the albums. I did all
Yeah,
sophomore
same.
albums.
Yeah.
Dude, what the hell? Okay, and I was tempted to go Mortal Kombat because me and my brothers played the crap out of that. But in reality, I had many an hour alone with the 2, but we also played the crap out of Sonic 2. Sonic 2 was the game where I was like, I'm going to beat this. I never got past Goro, I don't think, in Mortal Kombat. Or maybe once or twice. I beat Sonic 2.
Okay.
And this is why it's on my list. I had to have played it a lot because I played it from the time I was like 6 or 7. And I don't think I beat it till I was like 13 or 14 or something like that. So I had to have been like, I was playing this game when I had an N64, when I had an iMac, when PC games had advanced. Like, it was just that's the platformer of my life. I was never a Nintendo guy. Well, that's not true. I had an N64, but as far as 2D goes, I never had a SNES or an NES. So, oh man, honorable mention for me. I don't think, did you do honorable mentions in the last one for GoldenEye?
Mario 64, and I thought it was Mortal Kombat 2. It was Mortal Kombat 4 on the N64. There was another one. Soul Calibur. Whatever one was on N64.
So I'm going to honorable mention. I'm going Sonic 2, but I'm going Mortal Kombat 1.
Who was your player?
Sub-Zero.
Okay. I was a Liu Kang guy.
Oh, that's cool.
I like Liu Kang.
That was the time when like they had a movie and everything.
Oh, the movie is amazing.
Yeah, I know.
There's actually a newer one too now. Maybe a couple.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use a second. I'm gonna use a second honorable mention for Street Fighter 2.
Oh,
that's okay.
See, like, well, I started thinking about arcade games. That's where I first played. I think the first Mortal Kombat I played was Mortal Kombat 2. See, arcade games have like a completely, almost separate category in my mind because I experienced like I don't have an arcade game in my house. It's like 2 separate types of memory.
I'm dropping Cruising USA in the honorable mentions.
Okay.
Cruising USA. Lucky and Ace.
let's just do this. Let's just do console PC top 5, and then we can talk about arcades. Because some of the arcade games ended up on PC, but like
It's hard for one of your favorites to be an arcade game.
right, unless you lived like the C Mart, the Coastal Mart is like the gas station quick trip place in my hometown used to keep 2 arcade games in it until like the mid to late 90s. One of them was Street Fighter, so I played a lot of Street Fighter there, but I would have to like scrounge up $3 in quarters and go up there for an hour and like.
Oh man. Go ahead.
Well, that's it. That like I would have to like, hey, Dad, can I have $5? He'd be like, no. I'm like, can I get $3? He was like, no. I'm like, okay, let me get $2. He's like, fine, get the fuck out of here. And I would be like, I'm gonna be at C-Mart, get a slushie with like 50 of that cents, and then
There was a pizza shop, my favorite pizza shop. They had a Cruising USA machine, but that was also where we went after like every baseball game, every like.
Oh, dude,
Those
memories are so good.
There's one that, I think I already said it. There's an honorable mention I want to throw out. That's an arcade game. I think it's called Lucky and Ace. What was but it has like mythical status. Lucky and Wild. It has mythical status in my family because we encountered it on a road trip to Florida, and we stopped at some like arcade in Georgia, and they had Lucky and Ace, which is Cruising USA, but you're shooting. One person shoots and one person drives and shoots.
Oh, this is amazing.
And they have one at downtown KC, but we played that, and then I never saw another one in my life.
Oh man!
Until I was an adult, but my brothers and me would be like, dude, do you remember? We might have called it something. We might have called it Lucky and Ace or something.
Yeah.
We would talk about this game for like a decade. We'd be like, you remember that time we found that game? You know.
When did you find it again, or like?
I saw it Up Down.
Oh, that's awesome.
As an adult, like on a date. And I took a bunch of pictures.
You saw your inner child,
and I was like, "What?" And then I made her play it, and then I sent a bunch of pictures to my brother, like, "I found Lucky and Wild." For some reason, I just never. It wasn't at a lot of arcades. Dude, Gold Knight.
Do you remember the Aerosmith had a first-person shooter? They had like the console arcade.
No,
with the gun.
that's hilarious.
They had like Terminator. There was a Terminator one. You know, you have the gun. You like it's like attached to the machine, but you just kind of shoot it. The Terminator one, but then the Aerosmith had one. I don't even remember the plot, but your like special weapon, it would shoot CDs out of the gun, but you had to like. Amazing.
Oh,
anyway.
Okay, so
This is number 3. I think
it's your time. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going by like consoles that I had.
Mine might be predominantly old.
Yeah. I'm going in chronological order, and I'm using the consoles as the eras to choose from. The next one, hands down, PlayStation 2, Metal Gear Solid 2.
Ooh, my brother was addicted to that game.
Metal Gear Solid 2.
Okay.
Wait.
I think that's the one you're thinking of, because that was a big...
It was the one... Yeah, Sons of Liberty.
Yeah. Dude, that was the one where there's like a boss who could like read your save card and stuff, right? Like,
yeah.
It was like a mind F. Dude, the PlayStation 2 might be the goated console of all time.
It was like, it was so weirdly disturbing. The gameplay, you're like a ninja assassin. And it wasn't just like shooting. You had to solve all these problems. I don't know. It was amazing. Plus, there's a conspiracy. It's like these 13 shadowy figures called the Patriots who are trying to like...
This is a game that I watched a ton of because
Okay.
my cousin and my brother were both addicted to this game, and I would watch them play it, but I never was any good at it.
There's a bit at the end where like it glitches, and it's like the comms, you're like communication person that you're in contact with, it starts glitching, and you're like, is my game... It breaks the fourth wall in a way, and you're like, so good. Good.
Did you ever play the Metal Gear Solid on NES?
No.
It was pretty fun, too.
I don't remember that one.
It's all top down, but like I actually owned that one on a couple systems.
Okay,
Metal Gear Solid 2, dude. That's a solid.
My first job I ever had was at a grocery store. I was 15 or 16. Worked for like 2 weeks, get my first paycheck. It's like $250. I drove an hour and a half to the closest Walmart and bought a PlayStation 2 and Metal Gear Solid, and had just enough gas to get home.
That's sick, dude. Dude, that's a great day in the 2000s.
Yeah,
right?
I took my little brother with me. We missed our fucking turn. We got some slushies and then made it home.
Heavy slushy era,
Dude.
I have a PlayStation 2 I stole from an ex-girlfriend in the basement. If you ever want to, we could probably get all that shit on PS5. But like,
Yeah. It's not the same.
that's a great pick, and I didn't even ever really play that, but I just know the effect it had on people.
It's not like a game that I shared with any friend. Like none of my friends had it. I just like literally, I was just upstairs alone, hours and hours and hours and hours. Took me for fucking ever to beat it.
Well, that's great. So for my number 3, I'm going original Pokemon Red Blue.
Interesting. I've never played 1 minute of Pokemon ever in my life.
So some people might, why aren't you doing Emerald or Ruby? I probably played hundreds of hours. It might be the game that I played the most ever. This is another game that I got when I was maybe like 12 on the black and white gray Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time I was in high school, you know, they had the Emerald, they had the remakes of the originals, and then I was all over that.
Was it the same game, just color and
Advanced,
graphics?
yes.
Okay.
That's the reason why I'm going with the OGs, because I played that same game up through high school. Then in college, dude, I was in a big ROM phase. I started playing this shit again. Then I get out of college. I have a freaking YouTube video up from the time I was doing comedy. So within this decade, where I was going to do a complete Let's Play playthrough of this freaking game.
Okay.
And I had played like another 40, 60 hours. This is a game that every once in a while, I haven't done it for maybe 5 years, but every once in a while, I'll just go back and I'll just play through Pokemon. I might never again. It might have been, but I mean, that was over a decade of my life.
So I understand you like try to catch the Pokemon, but like, is there an end to the game?
Yeah, so you catch them. Well, the end is that you have 8 gym leaders you have to fight.
Oh,
So
I see.
you go through this giant world. There's 8 gym leaders. There's also an organized crime syndicate called Team Rocket. So you have that storyline.
Oh, okay. It's way more. I didn't give it enough credit.
Yeah, your goal is to catch them all. It's to win every gym badge and to destroy the organized crime syndicate. And then when you do all of that, you have this rival that follows you the whole game. And then you have to go to what's called the oh my gosh, what are they called? The 4. Wow, this is crazy. The Elite 4, and they're like the 4 best in the world. And they're like incredibly hard. You got to go beat them, and then your rival has one more face off with you. And when you beat your rival, you have all the badges. You destroy Team Rocket, you destroy Giovanni, you get your end credits. Then you got to go back in and catch them all.
Okay.
If you haven't already. Yeah, it's
okay.
Then you got to trade with your friends because you can't catch them all.
That's hilarious. That's kind of like that was Mario 64 was my Pokemon experience because you could beat the game without getting all the stars.
Yeah.
And I had to get all the stars. And then I found out later there's like 2 or 3. They're like a slight glitch or something in the game, and you can't get them by just using the base moves. You have to like kind of use these exploits to get to 1 or 2 of them. I don't know,
Bro. So, all right.
we kind of had similar picks there because like I've never played Pokemon and you've never played
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. Okay.
2 more to go. I'm starting to be like, oh shit. I don't know if I. It's getting harder to pick.
Yeah, I gotta go with Halo 2.
Woohoo.
I think.
GoldenEye got you on the first-person shooter, just like you never left.
Yeah, honestly, I loved Mario 64. I just never played more games like that. I don't know why.
I don't think they made platformers. Like, okay, I will say this: not until like Mario Galaxy, I feel like they just didn't make good platformers. Dang, dude.
So, yeah, I gotta go with Halo 2. I was in the fraternity at KU. We had a LAN network, so we had a LAN network and an intercom system through the phones. Like there were no headsets.
Yeah.
So we would just leave the intercoms open with the room that we were playing with, so we could call each other fucking obscene slurs and talk shit in general. I gotta go honorable mention though is Modern Warfare 2.
Okay.
Because same. That was slightly later, but that was my first like multiplayer experience where I was playing against another human being.
Oh, that's cool.
On like, you could play online
on the interwebs.
Yeah. Like GoldenEye was like all your friends were in the same room, but this was like a battle. You were all on the same screen. I could see where I could screen cheat. Halo 2, the campaign was epic.
Can I, because I didn't do an honorable mention, can I throw one out real fast?
Yeah.
During the era of Pokemon, Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh fuck, dude! I didn't even think about that. That's a great choice.
Definitely honorable mention, because around the same age I would have been riffing up a lot of that. Okay, sorry, keep going.
I'm amazed I did not even think about Tony Hawk. Did you see they built the warehouse level to scale
From like the very beginning.
Yeah. And I think it's a promo for a new game. It's a promo for something, but it's just like him in the warehouse and he says, I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah. Halo 2.
Halo 2, dude. Oh yeah, my friends. I never had an Xbox. Actually, I have one that I stole from a friend in the basement. I have an Xbox 360 in the basement. If you want to rip some Halo 2, I never had my Halo phase because I didn't own that, but I watched people play. That's kind of similar to the Metal Gear Solid. Man, this is getting harder, man. This is getting harder. See, I wanted to go with one of the Grand Theft Autos, but I never owned a PlayStation until the PS5. Oh, keep going. What was it about Halo 2? Because it looked fun. I did play multiplayer with friends.
Space War. It was Space War.
I like that you could do the That was one you could do the campaign with a friend.
Yeah, with a duo.
That's sick.
And like,
I have a weird Halo story after you're done.
The duo campaign was fun. The like hardest levels, the hardest setting was hard to do on your own, like near impossible for my skill level. Yeah, a lot of fun memories. I used to
You vehicles?
get vehicles. I don't remember exactly which vehicle because I played Halo 3 a lot too, and I can't remember which vehicles were in what.
You had
had the Warthog, and I think. Well, then there were tanks. You had tanks, and you had the little scooter buggy. That was the alien one that you could like run people over with. There were like you could like grenade bounce where you throw a grenade on the ground and throw another one off the top of it and like throw it really far.
Oh,
there were like
nice.
fun exploits in the game. It was so fun. We had this. I remember this one time it was at a friend's house. We had a LAN, and there were two people upstairs and me and a friend downstairs.
Why aren't we drinking Mountain Dew and Cheetos when
Oh,
we have this
dude, I don't
conversation?
know.
Actually, we should have went to Quick Trip. Sorry, keep going. You have a
I got a
LAN.
bag of Doritos we can bust out
Uh,
and some strawberry Fanta.
tell me your LAN story.
Well, okay, so we were playing snipers and pistol because you could like customize the multiplayer games too, like on the LAN. So we were playing sniper and pistol only guns on the map, 2v2, and this one guy went on to serve in the military, but he was like born to be a soldier kind of guy, like just tough, smart. He was a great soldier, but very like so. He was so tactical, but then I still to this day do not know. They were upstairs, but there was like a little landing where you could have peeked down to see our screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we were doing this, because like no screen cheating. It's a fucking mano a mano battle, and I believe that one of them was just hiding and watching.
Just to watch.
And he was like, yeah. And I think that they cheated the first couple times, and then like I tried to catch them doing it, and I think I heard them like shuffle back over, and they were just like looking at a wall on the game. So like they were like, oh no, I just blah blah blah.
Do you have any honorable mentions from that time period?
Man,
This is when we start playing a little less.
yeah, I didn't. I have to think about it because I kind of forget what other games were Xbox only.
I'm going to add to my honorable mention SimCity 2000.
Okay.
I'm going to add the original Sims. Yes, I'm a little girl. Back in my little girl days.
Well, damn. Okay. Splinter Cell. I played
Ooh.
Splinter Cell a lot. That was like it scratched the same itch as Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh, can I add Star Fox 64
Dude.
to the honorable mention?
Yeah, put that on mine too.
Okay. I have like one giant honorable mention list. I don't really.
I would also. I never played this on Xbox, but it made me think of another game from like Mech Warrior.
Yes.
You remember Mech Warrior?
I never played it.
That was like Windows 95.
It looked sick though.
It was so fun. And I think I only ever played the demo, so there was only ever like 2 missions, but I would try to beat it with it. You're supposed to like choose the appropriate mech and the weapons that you would need but I would try to do it with every like the biggest robot, and you're supposed to be in a stealth mission, or like you're in a battle mission, but I picked like the fucking human-sized one and try to like outrun them. But
That's so sick.
yeah, I love that game. Okay.
Oh, here's 2 more honorable mentions. Super Smash Bros. 64.
I've never played it.
That one I might have played the most of anything on N64 other than GoldenEye.
Mario Kart.
Freaking Mario Kart's great. I was a Diddy Kong Racing family.
Okay.
Mario Kart's, and then I wanted to throw out the N64. That was my prime. That was literally probably like my system for, I loved Perfect Dark.
Oh, you told me about this. I've never played that either.
It was a spiritual sequel to GoldenEye, and it let you play the multiplayer games against AI. And you could customize the AI with like all these different.
Oh, okay.
That
was pretty ahead of its time then.
Oh yeah, it was like for a kid who loved GoldenEye, but it was a treat to have a friend over. It was a game changer because it's like I can just run around and play multiplayer, but I don't need to have a friend over. Like it was huge.
Yeah,
definitely got me through some times in high school.
My Perfect Darkness.
Just listening to the Carlos Santana super album, like playing Perfect Dark. I'm having a real tough time with 4.
I mean, it doesn't have to be chronological, like
No. I know.
it's
I'm not going to do chronological. Here's the thing. Well, I'm having a real tough time. Let me ask you because I need a judgment call now. Okay.
Okay.
I have 3 games, and I'm only going to pick one. The other 2 get honorable mentions. I have 3 games. One is how I started loving a genre. 2 is what I believe was the perfection of that genre. 3 is a completely different type of genre, but it's in the same world. That I also spent hundreds of hours. I probably spent the most time on 3, but 2 and 3 never would have happened if it wasn't for 1. And if I had to play 1 right now, I'd play 2. I'm gonna flip a coin. I'm gonna flip a 3-sided coin.
I would.
Well, what's your judgment? Like, what
I would.
do you go full on nostalgia? Do you go?
Well, the way I imagine, because I was like, I would say like the first time you get a blowjob, it's not the best blowjob, but it is one of your best blowjob. You know what I'm saying?
You'll always remember it.
So like that's kind of how that's how I've been kind of choosing. So I don't know. I don't know how to.
All right, Google has chosen for me. It just does it in sequence. I'm going Warcraft 2.
Which one on your list?
That's number 1. That was the first love.
Okay.
And also, by the way, last year, I think before you moved in, I went on like a 3-month go back through and play a bunch of Warcraft 2.
Okay.
Oddly enough, the other 2 are StarCraft and World of Warcraft. I've
Okay.
probably played more World of Warcraft than most games.
Okay.
But Warcraft 2, much like Doom, is a DOS game that, damn, dude, my stuff is old. I kind of wish I could take away Sonic the Hedgehog.
You can.
Because I was trying to do it chronologically, but then, like, I'm like, dude, all of this is from the 90s. But then, like, I just don't play like I used to.
There are some that I would probably reconsider.
Okay, I'm going Warcraft 2, dude. I'm going freaking Warcraft 2. I forgot it was called Tides of Darkness. All I gotta say is if I was playing it when I was, what year did this come out? Because we had the freaking shareware, and then it came out in 1995, and I was playing it in 2024. So, I mean, it did something to me.
Dude.
And I don't think I would have ever played, like, Sid Meier's. Like, I love Civilization 5, and I never would have known about StarCraft if it wasn't for Warcraft. I never would have played Warcraft and World of Warcraft.
I've never played 1 minute. I think isn't Leroy Jenkins World of Warcraft?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I know about World of Warcraft.
Ooh.
Same with Pokemon. What was the other one? You had another one, I think.
Doom.
I played it. Sonic, I didn't play a lot of either. Most of your choices, I almost have either never played or.
You're shooting 50-50 with me. GoldenEye could just as easily be on my list. Metal Gear Solid 2 and Halo 2 I've never played. So yeah, I'm going with Warcraft 2, man. I have a retro list so far. And World of Warcraft might take 5. We'll see.
Oh.
I'm looking through lists of stuff I played. I'm going to have a hard time with that. Okay, so your final, here it comes.
I know this answer.
Okay.
I knew this answer
From the beginning.
From the beginning. This was 1000% going on the list.
All right.
And you could probably guess this answer too.
Oh, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty Warzone. Specifically Warzone.
Okay, that's online.
Yeah.
It all built up to that, baby.
Online.
Duck Hunt to GoldenEye to Halo to Call of Duty Warzone.
Battle Royale. That was the first Battle Royale I played. It's terrifying. It's exhilarating. There are true moments of camaraderie with strangers that are beautiful.
You
And
do
there
love
are,
that game.
there are moments of pure hatred that make you despise humanity.
Oh, man.
It's a completely engaging game. Once I really got good enough to not die instantly every time, it became very, very fun. It's like a competitive thing at this point. I can't play it for fun.
That's such a fucked up thing to say. Like you don't.
I don't like. Oh, I'm
play
gonna
it?
unwind and play some Warzone. No, I need to
You're like, I need to be angry. It's your Fox News.
Dude, there's so many people with just horrendous names on there that are deport all of them, or it's just
Well, no, I just need to do it to be angry.
No, yeah, I know. I've actually made. Okay, here's a crazy story. When I got my DUI and got arrested, I was in jail for 24 days, and there was this guy that came in halfway through, and everybody, there was 7 other people in the cell I was in, and he comes in. He's this young guy, and a couple days go by. We're all kind of get to know each other better, and someone was like, "Oh, what do you like to do on the outside?" And I said, "I like to play video games." Like, "Oh, what video games do you play?" And I said, "Warzone." And his eyes kind of lit up, and he's like, "I thought your voice sounded familiar."
Oh my god.
He was a friend of mine on Warzone.
Whoa. Okay, now that's an experience. That's the type of shit you hear from a World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
But you have it from the shooting game.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I don't want to say his handle because I think it's his actual name. I don't, whatever. But let's just call it Jay. It was Jay.
Yeah.
That was his handle, and that was his literal name. AKA Jay. And then I was like, "Oh fuck!" And I said, "Are you Jay?" because he said like he was from like South Carolina or something, and he had just like kind of this little accent, and he would use this slang. Like his slang was just slightly different for like oh, that's chill, but he would say like something slightly, you know.
Yeah.
So like there was something about him, and then he pinged it before I did, but like once we got talking, it was crazy.
That's cool. All right, well that's your okay.
Except for the going to jail part. That part was not cool.
Any last minute? This is your chance to get your last honorable mentions out there from any genre, any time period.
We were talking about earlier. I like Katamari. That game was really fun.
That's a great one.
There was a PC game. I think it was online. Actually, I think it was like just a website, but I think it was called Drug Wars.
Oh, I think I've heard of that. There was a summer where I played a lot of this Lemonade game on like Yahoo Games.
Yeah, it was like
Very similar.
Well, it was like, yeah, you had to like buy and sell drugs, and it was essentially like a commodities or stock trading game, but all the stocks and commodities were drugs. And if you like lost money, you know, Luis from Third Street came and killed you or something. But we played that in high school a lot. I love that game. There was one. Since my grandma had a Sega Genesis, there was a motorcycle game called Super Hang-On.
Wait a minute. No. Did you ever play Road Rash?
Yeah.
Dude.
No, I know what you're talking about. Where you like try to fight each other.
My
Yeah.
brothers had that. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never played it because like I wasn't supposed to. You know, my parents tried to shelter me from like sex and violence.
Yeah. That's
So
why all
they
you're doing is
tried.
shooting people.
Yeah. A lot of if they had just let me do that.
Super Hang-On looks exactly like Road Rash, except for you could like hit people with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Road Rash was just Super Hang-On was just a racing game. That was the first like racing game I played. I probably would have shout out Dustin Slants. I probably would have ended up with the NASCAR simulator if I hadn't unlocked the primordial violence within me.
So you want Super Hang-On there?
That's definitely an honorable mention.
We should have had a shadow list, dude. We should have done top 10 or a shadow list.
Well, see, I didn't even like. Okay,
You know what? I'm gonna,
NBA Jam.
I just wrote that down.
Okay.
I damn near. Let me ask you this: is it against the rules for me to change a pick right now?
No,
I'm replacing Sonic the Hedgehog with NBA Jam
that's valid.
because the On Fire edition. I'm just saying the franchise because they made so few of them.
Yeah.
I had College Jams. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, that's an arcade pick for me. That's like what I was saying earlier. Like the arcade picks are like almost in a completely separate part of my brain.
When I look back on my life, my brothers had NBA Jams on Sega.
Okay.
And then in college, I bought a Super Nintendo and I bought College Jams.
Never played College Jams.
And then in my late 20s, I moved in briefly with my brother who had a PS3 and they had NBA Jam On Fire Alley Oop Edition. And I was holder of the world records on the PlayStation Online.
Oh fuck.
For like numerous. That's the only game I've ever done that on where like it was like who could beat.
So you were like top 100 player in the world.
I legitimately think I could have, if that was a thing you could go do, if I had been thinking about it, I think I could have been very competitive. Because I would also play people online, but they had records like how many points can you beat a team by?
Oh, okay.
And stuff like that. And I had stuff where like the previous record would be like beat a team by like 60 points. I'd beat them by like 90 points. It's like,
Oh, you were like blowing them out of the water.
and then I would get on, somebody beat me, and then like that for the next 2 days, I'm like trying to beat the Bulls worse than this guy. And like I was very competitive for like months. That's like the only game I think I could have been competitive on
Okay.
ever in my life.
I gotta put Time Crisis, another arcade pick.
Oh yeah, same.
Maybe Time Crisis 2. I don't remember which one I played. And then also I gotta throw out just pinball in general.
Yeah.
I don't have that's like different, but
I want to throw out Ice Cold Beer. Have you ever played Ice Cold Beer?
no.
Oh, it's
Is it an arcade game?
another analog arcade game.
Dude.
It's someday I will take you up down and we will play Ice Cold Beer.
Okay.
You'll probably be like, this sucks after 3 seconds. Google it sometime. It's really fun.
Okay.
I want to put slot machines in the honorable mention list.
Skee ball.
Dude, yeah, dude. Now we're just freaking Pop a Shot.
Have you ever played pickup sticks?
Like 2 hours.
Have you ever shot marbles?
I want to put a yo-yo. So I might regret this later. I'm gonna do my 5.
Okay.
I'm gonna do an era thing.
We'll do a follow-up episode.
I'm gonna do an era thing. This is a game I've been playing for close to a decade. Honorable mention, Minecraft. And in fact, Minecraft might have had this spot if it wasn't for what they did to me. I started playing Minecraft when it was in beta. I had free Minecraft for life because I spent $10 when it was in beta.
Okay.
So I had free Minecraft that they promised every expansion ever and ever, and it was that way for over a decade. And then Microsoft bought it, and then one day, if you weren't checking your email,
Bill,
they were like, you have to move your Mojang account to a Microsoft account. And I didn't do it, and now, if I ever want to play like good Minecraft again, I gotta pay like $50, $60 or whatever for their inferior. Minecraft could have had this spot. But I'm going because it's a game I played for close to a decade at this point, and honestly, I could go down tonight and start playing again, and I'm sure I will. Stardew Valley.
Okay.
It's
I've seen you play it.
I like those games in general. I loved Harvest Moon growing up. Harvest Moon 64 and NES, honorable mention. Stardew Valley, it's like you're 2D, you're running a farm, there's town people, there's a social dynamic, there's an actual storyline involving like witches and wizards and shit.
Okay.
There's an economy, there's a freaking mine where you can go fight skeleton monsters, and like it has every. It's one of those games like
you could focus on one aspect and
you can do whatever you want, man.
So you could like be the master skeleton hunter, or the best farmer, or have the most friends, or like be the richest. Yeah.
Or just spend enough time to do it all.
Okay.
And there's a semi-end game in it, but that's one that I'll probably be playing into my 40s. Oh man.
I am locked in on my top 5.
Okay, that's beautiful. So your top 10. Mario 1983, GoldenEye, Metal Gear Solid 2, Halo 2, Call of Duty. Warzone, correct. Okay.
Multiplayer sucks for losers.
Well, damn, dude. I hope this was...
Comment below. Tell us your top 1,000 video games below.
Just throw out ones you can't believe we didn't say.
Yeah, there's got to be...
Are we too normie?
Hundreds. Oh, here's an honorable mention. Fuck, what's it called? Limbo? You ever played Limbo?
I don't believe so.
It's like a 2D scroller, but it's all black and white grayscale. Ooh. And you're like a brother who has to rescue his sister from purgatory. You have to like solve all these puzzles. It's like
cool.
So you have to like jump up, flip this latch, and it like this board. I don't know. Amazing game. Visually spooky. It's a tough puzzle.
I want to throw out Link to the Past on I believe Super Nintendo and Game Boy Color. Turok. I had
Dinosaur
Turok.
Hunter.
Dude, bruh. Throw out Mario Galaxy.
Don't know that one.
It was just the Wii. There were the Wii. All those 2D Marios from the Wii's were really good too. I'm looking at Switch things. I would have Switch for a while. I play only old games on it.
The game I was talking about earlier, the one where you're the drug dealer and you have to create drugs.
Yeah.
Not on the show. It's called Schedule 1.
Okay.
One where you like create super crack or like you like make up drugs and try to sell them to people.
Yeah.
That's the next game I'm gonna play. It's on Steam.
There are games that I was infatuated with that I can't add to this because I didn't play them enough hours. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Drop yours.
Yep.
Freaking Rocket League. Oh shit. We love you.
We've said every video game we can think of.
We're trying to hit the algorithm.
Yeah, we love you. Thank you. Like and subscribe.